Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my home and kitchen. I have been working all weekend on a spaghetti recipe, and a lot of things have come up, and I'd have to stop, and I'd start, and I'd stop, and I'd start. And I don't like preserving food that way. I typically don't, but when life happens, you just have to roll with it. So that's what we've done with this spaghetti sauce. I am finished, and I finally have got some of the editing done on it. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take you back a few days, and we'll just go from there. As you can see, I have got 35 pounds of tomatoes, and we're going to core these up, and I'm actually going to put them in my roaster. And we're going to cook them down for about 4 to 6 hours, and I may even let them go overnight. We're going to just see how it works out. Okay, I have a paring knife, and all I'm going to do is just cut the core out. And if there's any bad spots, I'm going to cut those out as well. And I'm going to just half these. And these are ripe Roma tomatoes, which really make the better spaghetti sauce. I have actually another box over here of tomatoes that I will be making some tomato soup. And this 35 pounds that I have will actually make probably about 7 quarts. Oops, there's a bad spot in there. And we're going to cut that out. Alright, I have got probably about 20-25 pounds already in here. I'm going to let this cook down a little bit. I have got the setting on 375. And we're going to cook this down a little bit, and then I'll add the rest. Now that I have all the tomatoes in there, now I'm going to cut up this onion. I've actually got another one in the refrigerator I'm going to use as well. These are still a little bit frozen, which really makes it easier, I think, to deal with, but it is cold on the hands. Still has the seeds in them. And I want to get the meat and the seeds out as much as possible. It really doesn't matter because I'm going to use my merging blender, so it doesn't really matter. But I do try to make it a little bit easier on myself. These aren't my peppers. They're actually came from a friend of mine, Teresa, and I really appreciate it. Shout out to her. As you see, I got my peppers in, and I'm going to go ahead and stir this again. Get these peppers down into the juice. If I can get some of these onions, do more of them down in the juice. Day 2 of us cooking this down, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to get my immersion blender out. I actually already have been kind of blending it up a little bit. Now we're going to add our spices. 2 little cans of the tomato paste. Then we're going to get about 1/4 of a cup of the oregano. We're going to do about 1/4 of a cup of the basil. We're going to do about 1/4 of a cup of salt. We're going to do 1/4 of a cup of Worcestershire sauce. We're going to do about 2 tablespoons of the red pepper flakes. I'm going to do about 1/2 of a cupful of the brown sugar. And 1/4 of a cup of the minced garlic. And that's about what's left in here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to dump this in here. Let's see, where's my... That looks about right. And I'm going to stir this up. Now we're just going to let this cook. I'm going to leave it on low or simmer and just let it cook down a little bit. Probably a few more hours. It's 12:30 right now, so maybe later on this afternoon I'll bring you back and we'll can this. We're back. This is the 3rd day that I've been videoing this. We had a lot of things to do yesterday, so I had to just quit what I was doing. I left it in my roasting pan, and now we're going to can it. It's Saturday morning, so I wanted to bring y'all along with me. I have my sidekick with me, my partner in crime. So here we go. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice in each jar, and then I'm going to fill these up. And while I'm thinking about it, I want to let y'all know that I did add more Italian seasoning, basil, some more garlic, and let's see, a little bit more sugar. It did need more sugar. The recipe called for a cup, and I only put a 1/2 cup to begin with, but I went ahead and put another 1/2 cup in, and that seemed to do the trick. You just do it the way you like it, the way it tastes good. Alright, I'm going to fill these jars to about a 1/2 of an inch head space. And I'm going to go around it with this debubbler just a little bit. And we're going to go around the lid or the rim of this jar, and we're going to go ahead and put it in. Just get them on finger tight. And he's going to put them in the canner. And we're going to water bath these. We've got them in there. Now we're going to let this come to a boil, and we're going to put the top on it. And we're going to can this for 40 minutes. Now we're back into the future, so to speak. But there's a few things that I wanted to go over with this recipe. For the recipe itself, it called for 35 pounds of tomatoes. And I weighed those out. And all the ingredients that was in this recipe was for 35 pounds. So what I think that I done, but simply because I got more spaghetti sauce than the recipe called for. I had 12 quarts of the spaghetti sauce. And so I had to add a lot of, well, not a lot, but I added quite a bit of the spices. So, and more sugar, which even with the 35 pounds, I think that 1 cup of sugar would be exactly what it needed. And so it worked with what I had and everything. So I wanted to make sure that I told you guys that. Yeah, I think what I done is when I weighed these out, I had probably about 38 to 40 pounds of tomatoes. And I had 12 quarts. And they really did turn out wonderful. I mean, they really did. This is it. I've got to clean my jars a little bit, but that is what it looks like. And I mean, 2 cans did not seal, so I used it that night. I think that was Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. And it was absolutely delicious. It's the best recipe that I've ever used for the spaghetti sauce, and I will be doing this recipe from now on. Also, another thing I wanted to discuss was at the beginning, that recipe itself said that you did not have to peel your tomatoes. I ran into a lot of issues with that, and a lot of that is why it took me longer to make. So my thoughts on that, take the time at the beginning to get those peelings off. It just makes life a little bit more simpler. So yeah, I think that's it. And I want to thank y'all for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.